Hello everybody! Welcome to part 2 of installing the Deanspeed Shrugger 14-inch handlebars. If you missed part 1 was just disassembly. We took off our mini apes, and so part 2 we're going to open up the Deanspeed handlebars, throw them on, and see if we're going to get lucky in terms of having to not need to swap out our clutch line and our brake line. So let's go ahead and open these up. So this is everything you get from Deanspeed. Deanspeed, they did send those zip ties that go into the handlebars, and I also did order a new clutch line and brake line, and so they did bundle that order and send everything else out. And I believe that's everything in here. The all-important stickers, business cards. And again, if you ever have any questions, here are the contact information for Bryce and Micah. Again, super helpful, awesome guys, great quality work. So if you ever have any questions, reach out to them. So you are in good hands. So I've already started to open these up, and then I realized, wait a minute, I gotta be recording this. I can't take all the satisfaction of opening up these handlebars on my own. And a fun fact about the Shruggers, I actually didn't realize this when I chose these. So fun fact about these Shruggers, these are apparently the first handlebars that Micah came up with, or Micah and Bryce came up with. So when they were kind of doing their test prototypes to, kind of start their business, from what I understand, this was the first set of bars that they came up with. And I didn't know that when I chose these. So I was actually talking with Bryce. I said, hey, what kind of bars do you recommend for my Scout? I kind of had been talked to them. And so then they're like, yeah, we recommend this one, this one, this one. So which ones do you like? I said, you know what? I actually like the Shruggers. And then that's when they told me, yeah, that was the first one that we made. So a little bit of a legacy here. So I'm very happy with that. Again, these are the 14-inch Shruggers from Deanspeed. If you do not have, so if you do end up getting new handlebars and they are, I believe, 12 inches or less, then you can still reuse all of the stock lines, and everything should still be long enough for you to be able to get it all done. But since these are 14 inches, we may need to swap out our brake line and our clutch line. So let's go ahead and try to slide all of this back in. And actually, you know what? I'm gonna try and see how much wiggle room we have. It doesn't look like we actually have too much. Everything seems pretty tight in here. So we don't have too much wiggle room there. But what we can try to do, this is actually where it's very helpful to have a second pair of hands or to have somewhere else to put this. Okay, we'll leave that there. So this is the, I'm actually gonna pull these out because I have a feeling we're gonna need as much room as possible. No, we should put the bars underneath. Okay, put those there. And the nice thing about all of this is we can just simply reuse the same hardware, same bolts, same everything else. And I'm not going to tighten these down all the way. I'm going to tighten these down just enough to where it'll hold the bars. And again, to tighten down these bolts, you need a T40. And And then for all the other screws and everything else, it's T30 and T20. So first, let's see, will this fit back on? Oh yeah, that fits back on, no problem. Yeah, so we can very easily reuse our grips, but before we get to that, moment of truth. Let's see if our clutch line is going to be long enough. Ooh. No, it does not look like our clutch line is going to be long enough. Yeah, I think even if we take everything out and completely redo it, yeah, there's definitely not going to be enough room. Yeah, so we're going to have to redo the clutch line for sure. This is all gonna go right here. Yeah, mirror's not gonna reach. Okay, so clutch line for sure. Let's check out the brake line. If I had to pick which one, if I had to pick one between swapping out the clutch line and swapping out the brake line, I would much rather do the clutch line. The clutch line seems easier to deal with. The brake line seems to be a bit harder to manage. And that's okay. That might be okay actually. Yeah, I think that's actually gonna be okay. So we might be good on the brake line actually, so we might get lucky. Oh, you know what, we should put before we put on the brake, we should put on, so let's hang this here. We should try to put on the throttle, because this is where things could get potentially, we might not have enough line to stretch over the handlebar. By the way, if you want, if you're looking at Dean Speed stuff and none of the handlebars are really catching your eye, you can have some custom bars made. My buddy Alec, who you've seen in a couple videos before, he's actually getting some custom bars made from Dean Speed. So if nothing catches your eye, get some custom bars made. So pro tip, if you're at this stage, have your tools ready. So from a first glance, it does not appear that this bottom screw will be long enough to reach the other side of the brake reservoir. Nope, I could be wrong. Nope, it reaches. It's good. So we can scooch that down a bit. And we have a little bit of slack here, which is good. So we can kind of shift this up a bit. Ooh, this is putting a little bit of pressure on the brake line, but oh, you know what? The other thing we might have to deal with is, do we have full range of motion? Oh, you know what? That's not too bad actually. Well, if the brake line is the only thing that we might need to worry about, then we'll go ahead and change that out. Just that way we have absolute peace of mind that nothing is going to be putting too much pressure on it, nothing's going to be too tight. The good news is it seems like the brake line is the only thing that would need to be swapped and changed. And I'm not gonna worry too much about the angles of everything right now, so we'll deal with that a bit later. For now, I just want to make sure that everything will fit and everything will work. And that nothing is going to be put into a dangerous position. So what we can do is cut this guy off, and there's a hole back here. There's actually 2 holes back here that we could try and use. If I hop on the bike, yeah. If you want to test range of, yeah, so if we do turn, full lock, yeah, there's a little bit of slack. It's this bottom part down here that I'm concerned about, because down here, that's where there's really no slack at all. Okay, let's move these back. Okay. So let's tighten down these guys more. So as a reminder, I have the regular Scout. This is not the bobber version. I've heard different anecdotal stories or reports that if you have the bobber version, your lines are going to be longer, so you may have more of a chance of not needing to swap things out. But I have the regular Scout, and as it is right now, brake lines are maybe. Clutch line, I'm very confident we will absolutely have to swap out, because yeah, this right here, it won't, this for sure won't reach. Turn signals and all that, probably okay, but then yeah, clutch line definitely not going to reach. So we will definitely need to swap that out. So I'm going to stop here. This has been part 2 of the Dean Speed Shrugger 14-inch handlebar install. So stick around for probably parts 3, 4, and 5. Part 3 would be the brake line if we do need to do that. Part 4 might be the clutch line. And then part 5 would be the overall completed done deal installation, and then going for a ride, testing them out. Really looking forward to that. So as always, everybody, thank you for watching. Leave a comment down below if you have any questions. Otherwise, be brave, do good, take care of yourselves, and we'll see you in part 3.